Hey everyone, this is Dawn Richerson for Walking in the Way in the Soul Streams Virtual Retreat Center. And today I have some serious thoughts actually on Syria. I was watching the news before I came out here to record this video, and it seems that NBC News wants me to take sides about the conflict in Syria. And isn't that the way we've always done it? Choose your side. Line up, pick your side. What side are you on? Take your stand. And I do think it's important to take a stand, to know where we stand. But here are my thoughts right now, and take this with a grain of salt. And yet, I feel like there's something here. Couldn't we choose a different way? Couldn't we choose a different way instead of taking sides, and instead of striking out to stop what's wrong, or instead of ignoring it and burying our heads in the sand and acting like there's nothing going on, or turning off the TV, which actually I'm in favor of turning off the TV. However, I would like to say that I think it's not a solution to pretend like nothing's happening, like we're not a part of this world, like we don't need to pay attention. Oh, some people over there, died and there were children involved and that's really sad. I don't think that's an answer, just to ignore it. Nor do I think that the answer is to simply punish those who have been the aggressors in a particular situation, because as we have seen time and time again, it comes full circle. It's just a big circle that we repeat again and again. And there are many people talking about this in a much more eloquent fashion than I have the capacity to do. But what I would like to suggest is that we each step up to the plate and become responsible, because the fact is we are all connected in this world. We are all connected, and it is not a solution to just sit back and let the political leaders determine what action to take, which is largely based, as we know from experience, on whatever serves their particular agenda at the time, or even those people who do act in what they believe is the correct responsive way to take a stand for those who are less fortunate. And I do think it's important to speak out and to have a response. That's the key, though. It's a response, not a reaction. Not a let's punish the people who, I agree, what my heart says is unthinkable, unspeakable. But, our hearts have said that before. And when we go down that path, when we go down the path of looking at things as good, bad, right, wrong, as the valiant, triumphant savior of the world versus the bad guys that must be held accountable. When we do that, we're cheapening what it means to be alive. And so what I'm suggesting is that we find our way back to honor. It doesn't mean that we say it's just fine that this bad stuff is happening. It doesn't mean that we opt out and think that we can just, it's somebody else's problem. It doesn't mean that we forfeit our responsibility, because as we all know, freedom does come with responsibility. But what I'm suggesting is that freedom that we have is not just freedom that we know it here, that there is a bigger freedom, that we are all created free spirits. And so my hope is that we find a way to tap the love and compassion and honor and mercy and love for one another, for those who tragically lost their lives, for ourselves, and have compassion for ourselves, whatever we're experiencing regarding this, the desire to make it go away, or the desire to fix it, or the desire to jump in and show them, or the desire to save the world. It can look like a lot of things. And so what I'd love to invite us to do is just to stop for a moment, to pause, and to return to our hearts, and to get still. I'm here beside the still waters, and just to get still, and to think, what is it that I can do today, right now, as I'm living my life, to cultivate more of who I am, the qualities I want to see in the world. What can I do to bring that forward today? And it may be something right in your immediate environment, something that seems small and insignificant and unrelated to whatever is happening a world away in Syria. But what I'd like to suggest is that can turn the tide of history. It can change the world. I believe that. And I hope that, I have my own opinions about, maybe what I think should or shouldn't happen with, whatever airstrikes or anything else might happen. And I'm sure you do as well. And so let's just take a moment to really think about what it is that's most important here. Who we really are. Who we are as humanity. Who we are individually. Who you are, who I am. And let's take just a second to stop and to understand that we're all connected. Every single one of us. And that it's really not a solution to go to those two extremes. The one taking sides and then debating it. Is this, nope, that's not right, you're wrong. That's not a solution. It's just not. And I believe that we're being invited in this time to look at all of life in a much different way and to honor our place and our powerful contribution, not only to the dialogue, discussion, opinions, those have their place and they are not something I'm discouraging, but I believe we're being invited to actually claim a greater power, to see and feel deeply the connectedness that we have to all of humanity, and to begin where we are, to find our own unique ways to express that connection and to be it, to embody it. So those are my thoughts. I don't know if I'll think they're good thoughts tomorrow, so, as I said in the beginning, take them with a grain of salt. But as for me, I would like to find a way to be open, to return to love, to pray for those who persecute me, persecute innocent people, to pray for and honor the beautiful unfolding of life everywhere, and to know that it's not just happening around us, it's happening in us and through us and for us. So I'm not sure I even understand that, but I believe it. So I hope that something in here has been useful, and if nothing else, take a moment to just really consider what you can do to honor your own place in the unfoldment of humanity, and to perhaps consider where you have been and I have been falling to one extreme or the other, either wanting to just forget the whole mess, enough of it, turn off the TV, or and just turn off pretend it's not happening, or perhaps you have a strong opinion about the action we should take, and I don't know what that is. I don't know what the solution is in this particular case, but I do know that for you and for me, that love is the answer. So until next time, this is Dawn for Walking in the Way in the Soul Streams Virtual Retreat Center. Take care, everybody.